Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Teddy. I just wanted to give you a little update. I know it's been a little while since we last posted a video, but honestly it's because not much has really been going on. It was kind of a waiting period between cycles and just sort of waiting for instruction. But today I do have another appointment at the Fertility Center, and it's my appointment to go over my protocol. So I'm going to be sitting down with the nurse, and she's going to go over my protocol, go over all the medications that I need to take, how to take them, and when to start taking them. It's mostly just going to be a refresher because, like I mentioned in our last video, it's going to be the same protocol as we did for our second cycle, where I got pregnant with our daughter. I just don't really remember all the details. It's kind of a blur. Like, I have an overall memory, but I don't remember like all the specific details. So it'll be good today to sit down with the nurse and go over all of that. I know that we are going to go ahead when I get my next day one, and that's the cycle that we're going to go off of to hopefully try and make another baby. So probably in about 2 weeks is when medication is going to start, but I don't know for sure. And I'm a little bit nervous, I guess, about sharing all of that. Not because I'm embarrassed about IVF or any of that. And it's the opposite. I actually feel proud of it, kind of like, yeah, this is what we have to go through, and I'm proud that this is what we have to do, and we have our beautiful daughter, and hopefully we'll have another beautiful baby to come from it. I'm just a little hesitant because I get nervous about the results. Having had one successful cycle and having one unsuccessful cycle, I know how heartbreaking it is when it doesn't work, and to share that with the world, I guess, is hard for me. So I'm working on it. I don't know how sort of up to date, like live, I guess I should say how live the updates are going to be. But hang in there, stick with us, and let us know if my whole sort of journey through the cycle is something that you want to see, or if you just kind of want a summary at the end. So yeah, that's it for right now. I will get back to you and update you guys after my appointment and let you know what the deal is. All right, thanks. Okay, so as you guys can probably tell, the fact that Rob is here now and that I'm wearing different clothes, it's actually a few days since my appointment at the Fertility Center. But here's what went down. I went in and I got my protocol. So basically it's going to be the same protocol as we did the previous one. It's an estrogen patch protocol. Except there is one difference. I'm going to be taking an oral medication also. So I'll go through sort of the whole protocol, and then I'll talk about the oral medication then too. So it starts with an estrogen patch. I have to wear an estrogen patch. I don't really know how many days yet. It really depends. I have to wear an estrogen patch until I get my day one of my period. And then when I get my day one, I call them, and they're going to tell me when to start injections. And for my injections, I will be doing three medications through injection. I'm going to start with Gonal F, which is a stimulating drug to stimulate my follicles, and then I'm going to be doing Luveris too. And honestly, I'm just trying to see here.
She's actually got receipts this time.
Yeah, I have my paper. I think it's another stim drug too. I should know this. I've done this enough, but I don't. I'm pretty sure it's another stim drug. So I'll take those two at the same time every day, and then I do that for 5 days. And on day 6, I have to introduce another injection. So 3 injections a day. and that is Cetrotide. And Cetrotide is to stop me from ovulating. So obviously I'm stimulating my follicles and they're growing and producing eggs, and I don't want to ovulate. I want to put off ovulation until the egg retrieval so they can go in and get the eggs. And so it was like reiterated to me several times, and it makes me nervous. I don't know why. I've done this before. I've done the Luvaris and the Gonal and the Cetrotide before, but the Cetrotide, she was like, you have to make sure that you take it in the morning before 11 a.m. every day, but at the same time, because if you don't, then you will ovulate and your whole cycle is canceled. And so I'm like, okay, so much pressure. But like, I know I can do it. I did it before, but I didn't do it before with a baby.
Yes, that's a complicating factor.
So I'm like wondering how this is all going to go. So if anyone's done an IVF cycle where you already have a baby, let us know, because I'm like, I guess, anxious about that, like how I'm going to do this with her. She's super active. She's like everywhere, and I'm always running after her. And she told me, the nurse was like limit your physical activity once you start your stim drugs, because your ovaries get so big, and they want to make sure there's no complications with that. And so I'm like, what does that mean? Can I like not pick her up? Can I not do this? So anyways, if you've been through it with a toddler, let us know.
So you did you have an injection in the morning before?
Yeah, I still do. I have 2 injections in the morning. Oh, sorry, in the morning. Yeah, I did. The Cetrotide.
Okay. Because that seems like that's like, I guess it's before 11. So you're going to pick a time. Like 11 is like a bed time. Yeah. But you picked something earlier.
Yeah. And anyway, so let's go back a little bit. When I start my Gonal and Luvaris injection, the same day I'm going to start Decadron, which is an oral medication. And this is what I didn't take last time. So again, if you've gone through this and you've taken Decadron, let me know. So same time, so I start the same day as the Gonal and Luvaris, but I don't take it at the same time. So the Gonal and Luvaris are between 4 and 7 every night, and then the Decadron is at bedtime, and it says it's a mild steroid to use until trigger day. And I asked her about that and what it does and why, and she basically just said it's a steroid and it just helps essentially blood flow, and could potentially lead to better quality embryos. So as we mentioned in our first batch of videos, we've done 2 cycles so far, and in both cycles we had no leftover embryos to freeze. So the first cycle it was unsuccessful. Our second cycle, I got pregnant. We have our daughter who just turned 1 last week.
She's already almost 2.
No. She just turned 1 last week. Don't age her. And yeah, so because we didn't have any leftover to freeze, our doctor thought that this medication potentially could increase our quality of embryos, but she said there's really no harm in doing it. So part of me wonders why I didn't do it last time if there's no harm in doing it.
I think they might they're constantly working on their protocols. So maybe this is just kind of a new thing that has worked well.
Yeah. So we'll see. So it's going to get started here in a few days. And honestly, I feel like I'm kind of, I don't want to say numb about it. Maybe I'm just too busy to really think about it.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
But yeah, like I'm not like nervous about it, but I'm not really excited about it either. I'm excited about like the fact that I could be pregnant in a little bit, but like the process and stuff, I'm not really thinking about it. Like I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah. Last time you were really, really like all about the process and your excitement was building, but now we've had so much going on, and now it's like we're kind of back into a little bit of a lull, but we're also going to be moving soon. So have to think about packing and getting the house ready, which is a whole other thing that I'm going to be leading.
Yeah, and like I'm a little bit, then I like start to question myself, and I'm like, oh, I need to be more focused on this, because last time I was like super focused on it, and like I did all this research, and I was like, hey, I need to eat these foods, and I need to do this, and this, and I can't do this, and this. And this time I haven't really been doing that. And so I'm like, maybe I haven't prepared my body properly, but our doctor has said, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, you live overall a healthy life to begin with. Like, obviously, like, don't drink, which I don't drink anyway.
Right.
Don't drink
smoke,
coffee,
like, all the
which I
things.
gave up coffee when we first started struggling with infertility. Sorry, I have dog hair all over my face is what I'm picking at. Our dog, I think he's just going to insist on being in all the videos because we sit down and he wants to sit with us and he's right here. And he's overdue for a haircut. Anyways.
He's a fluffy body. Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of like living my life and I'm trying to stay away from like the big hard no's. But I'm not really like super focused on just this. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, I don't know if it's going to help or hinder me.
I think tell me that this may prove to be true, that once you start doing the injections, I think it'll become real again.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you feel like you should be preparing now, but there's not really much, like you said, there's not really much you can do now. So it's kind of like, until you start actually doing the injections, until you need to go get a bunch of Gatorade, like, it feels like it's not really real, but it's only because you've gone through it before. Last time you were super like amped up about the entire process. Now it's like, you need to go through it again. So you're like, I know this happens, but like, it's not yet. I'm
also super superstitious. And so like, I'm like, okay, well, it worked last time and I did things this way. So I should be doing things the exact same way. And if I don't do things the exact same way, then it's not going to work. And if it does work, then I'm like, oh, great, it works. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be like, it's my fault because I didn't do things because I didn't do it the exact same way as I did last time. Anyways.
We're going to work on that because that's like, there's no good way to be superstitious. It's all like,
and I know like in the first part of this video, I mentioned how like I'm nervous about sharing this process with everyone because if it doesn't work, it's going to be super hard to share. And I don't know. But I don't think about it that often. So like when I sit down and do these videos, obviously like it's on our mind. We're talking about it. I think about it, but it's not something I'm thinking about nonstop. Which I guess is good. It's probably better for me because last time it was like all consuming. It was like my entire life depended on it. And honestly, I think it did. Like, okay, my life didn't depend on it, but like it was the only thing that mattered. It was the only thing that mattered. And it's right up there again, but then we have our daughter and like she matters. And I don't want to seem greedy because we have a daughter. We have a beautiful daughter, and wanting another baby isn't because she's not enough. That's not what it is. She's a big reason why I want another baby, because I want to give her a sibling. Hopefully more than one sibling. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, so that's it. Protocol is set. I take a patch called estrogen, and then I do gonal and Liveris and Decadron, and then I throw in Cetrotide until they tell me we're good to go for retrieval.
Yeah. So we'll probably do some updates through the process. Things like maybe if you have any like needle tips or things that you found helpful or anything. If there's any part of the process going through these things that you want to hear about, let us know and we can try to cover them. Yeah,
I think when I do my injections, I'll try and do a video of like how to do the injections.
You got better. Like I think you got better as time went on, and going through the second process, it was a little easier because you kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah, I think you just find out what works for you.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really do it the way they told you to do it.
No, you find your own way.
But I found a way that worked for me. Like, I mean, I injected it in the right areas and everything, but like the way they tell you to like actually inject it, for me, I just found a way that I like better and I did it that way. So that's our update for now. And like I said, if you've been through this, comment. If you've taken the Decadron, let me know. Or if you've heard of it or heard of someone, let us know. And thanks for following along with our journey. We'll let you know how it goes.
Bye.